We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. We'll also be hearing from our friend Dorsberg from the sideline. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. First, for the Lakers, LeBron James is out there with Caldwell Pope. And in the middle, the long-bodied JaVale McGee. Absolutely elastic. Then it's Green, and it's Davis in at the 4 slot. And for Brooklyn, he got out. A big game for this young man making his NBA debut. And it's Durant, and it's Thomas in at the 4.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen, and the other using it to get that separation.
Thomas sets a screen for Durant. Back to Irving. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Well, let's start with the positive in the Lakers postseason. They did make it. That's all that can be said is the dramatic passing of Utah and the Rockets down the stretch to take the 7th seed was really the lone highlight of what would be a quick exit from the playoffs for them.
And Durant, here we go. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Davis. Brooklyn on defense. It's a 3-point game. Caldwell kicks to LeBron. Pass to McGee. Excellent D there from Allen. Going back to the Lakers, swept in 4 straight by the Spurs, and none of the games really that close. Spurs, Steve, just dominated them in every sense of the word. Injuries didn't help either.
No, they didn't help, but the Spurs just outplayed whoever was on the floor for LA. And I think a lot of people thought the Spurs would be a good first-round matchup for the Lakers, but that notion was quickly squashed. Just totally dominated. Still looking for that first bucket here to start the game.
Let's go quickly over to Dorsberg for an update.
Yes, Frank Vogel and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He said that the key to the game will be how well they defend Kyrie Irving, adding he's shown himself to be one of the premier point guards in the game already. Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him, and our bigs need to be ready to bring help. Guys, you can bet that Irving will be their focus defensively.
Thank you, Doris. And the Lakers have possession. After the basket by Brooklyn, he dishes it to Davis. Tough to finish it off. Beauty.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
Well, you know when he goes up with both hands, it's going to go down hard.
Irving against LeBron. Irving kicks to Durant. Back to Irving. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
And they're now 1 for 5 to start this game, so having trouble finding any offensive rhythm.
LeBron against Irving. Pass to McGee. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And Brooklyn making a change here. Nets trail by 3. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty, the way he can blast his way straight through traffic. He's really strong.
Another area where he excels is on one of the most fundamental plays in basketball, the pick and roll. He will lower the boom on the defender with a solid screen and then is terrific at rolling into space and getting the basket.
To the inside. It's tipped. Davis dishes to McGee. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. McGee's got his first 2 points of the night.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
And it's the Lakers on the break. A finish. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. Some defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Free throw, good, Irving.
You know, as great as 2012 was for the Nets, in many ways, they really came up short on their last game of that calendar year. In 2012, the New Year's Eve matchup against the Spurs, The Nets only scored 5 points in the third quarter of that contest.
Caldwell Pope kicks to LeBron. There's the pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to LeBron. Pass to Caldwell Pope from the arc. Here's Howard. It looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
And the crowd immediately letting the officials have it after that whistle.
A very unpopular call there.
Markieff Morris is checked in for the Lakers. That's good.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Lakers leading by 3. And Clark, you were talking about the Nets. They went from looking like a team that could compete for a chance to a team that, while still talented, Steve, and a lot for the playoffs, was a little closer to the middle of the pack than they thought.
Well, with the hot start they got out to, I think it was just a matter of time before they hit a cold stretch. Never fun to be held to just 5 points out the door. And that game had a lot of Nets fans wondering how the rest of the season would go. But, hey, they got it back together and still finished off pretty well.
Here's LaRusso, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Rondo kicks to Morris. Back to Rondo. Here's Kuzma. And it's sent back by Hall. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And again, Kevin Durant. Durant's got his second basket of the night.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
LaRusso against Irving, and he's going for the alley-oop. And it's Howard finishing it off.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
And Brooklyn has possession. Following the basket by Dwight Howard.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
Irving drives in. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, a coaching carousel for the Lakers last season. They made it only 5 games before firing Mike Brown. Then they decided to go in a new direction. And, boy, they went through 3 different head coaches before all was said and done. They never really were able to gain that consistency they were looking for.
First free throw is good. And back to the Lakers' struggles last season. What do you think, Clark, were the main problems that held them back from being the kind of title contender that they thought they were, and a lot of people imagined they were?
Well, how much time do I have? 3 or 4 shot clocks worth? I mean, I think there were a number of issues. As you would expect, injuries played a significant role, but I think there was discord over how they should play, really no true identity. They were a big team trying to be small, a team without a number of shooters trying to spread the floor, older team trying to go up tempo, coaching change, and that transition.
Right, yes.
You had a lot of moving parts, and it made it very difficult for everybody, I think, and it showed in how the Lakers season went.
That's a good assessment. Dishes it to Morris. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
The lead changes hands once again. There has been no separation between these 2 teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball team, that's for sure.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really... Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
The Lakers in the lead. To the middle. LaRusso. And it's sent back by Irving. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
This is the 2nd season for the Nets here in Brooklyn. It's amazing how quickly they've made themselves a part of this community. They've tried to capture some of that history from sports in the past. In fact, they have the flagpole from the old Ebbets Field right outside the Barclays Center. Kind of a cool historical connection.
And for the Nets, you notice that unlike most teams with their jerseys, Whether they're on the road or at home, it's Brooklyn across their chest.
I think that represents them representing the borough, Kevin, and looking to establish a new identity. And even if you aren't a big Nets fan, for Brooklynites, it's easy to throw on a black and white sweater or jersey with Brooklyn across the front of it.
Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
They're still in the first half. I mean, the way this thing is going, this could turn into a wild one. Lakers still pursuing another title, but it would be a real shock if that were to come this year. A lot of age and injury on this team. They lose Dwight Howard. This is a club that just doesn't have enough athleticism and speed to contend for a title.
And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Irving drives in. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Now back to the Lakers. Clark, you think they're too old? Is this a team that needs to rebuild?
Not yet, Kevin. The saying is young doesn't win in the NBA. I think for them, health and chemistry are the most important factors. Also, I think this is a franchise that has shown it can make a home run deal, like acquiring Pau Gasol in 2007. Got 2 titles out of that move. I think they'll look to add some youth through their bench and restructure the personnel a bit, and they'll position themselves for another run, perhaps.
Nets leading by 3. Rebound by Smith. The Lakers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. And it's rejected. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Outside Irving. He's against Green. The shot's good from Irving. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter. So it's the Lakers now. He feeds it to Smith. LeBron outside. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's McGee with the jam.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Johnson with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Thomas inside, and he stuffs it. Pass to set him up.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Well, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And Davis throws it down.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Nets leading by 3. Second quarter play with almost 3 minutes gone. Stolen by McGee. By himself.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. And Durant backing in. Rejected by McGee. Passes it to Caldwell Pope. Offensive rebound. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
And Durant, here we go.
An up and down season for the Nets last year, and the playoffs were just more of the same. They ended up getting knocked out by the Bulls in the only first-round matchup that went to 7 games.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And, of course, last year's superb free throw shooting, above 90%.
And, guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
Go get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And the crowd immediately letting the officials have it after that whistle.
A very unpopular call there.
Hurts. Back to Durant. Kicks to Allen. Rebounded by the Lakers. Well, back to the Nets in the playoffs. They lost a game at Barclays early and looked to be on the ropes down 3-1 after 4 games, but they did well just to steal one in Chicago and force a game 7.
What a strange series that was. The Bulls made that miracle comeback behind Nate Robinson. Ended up going on the road to Brooklyn and winning game 7. What a disappointment for the Nets in their debut season in Brooklyn.
Here's Caldwell Pope, and Durant sends it back. And there's the call on James. That's foul number 2 for him.
And another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep our eyes on.
And a jam by Kevin Durant. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
Steve, so close.
Well, such a seesaw affair back and forth. I mean, this has been an unbelievable game to watch.
LeBron tries in. Again. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Durant.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter. The Nets had a really solid debut season in Brooklyn last year. They made the big move in trading for Joe Johnson, but they also made some small adjustments that paid off for him as well.
And the first one drops. And the Lakers making a change here. So he gets them both.
Well, you kind of expect that from him. You pretty much know what the result's going to be when he goes to the line.
It's LeBron.
It seems to me that anytime the game is on the line, I mean, he's perfectly willing to be the hero or the GOAT for that matter. And that's what it takes to be clutch in big situations. You can't be afraid to fail.
And one of his other great qualities, Steve, is his quick trigger off the dribble. I mean, he can get his shot in an instant, a nanosecond.
I'd like to see them go 2 for 1 here.
I would, too. They need to make this a quick possession and a fruitful one, too.
This one for 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Clark, as you said, a lot of people thought they would just be a top-heavy team with their starters doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but still they got contributions from all around.
Well, they didn't have big-name players on the bench, but they had some guys like Blotch and Evans who were kind of under the radar, but came in and played very well for this team a year ago. Now, of course, you got big names across the roster for the Nets.
LeBron passes to Davis. LeBron outside. Nailed from 3-point land. LeBron's got 5 points in the quarter.
Every time it seems like one team makes a run, there's a response.
Yeah, this has been teeter-totter.
Beautiful buzzer beater.
Just in time.
Oh, a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How did he get that to go down?
A nice release and some good concentration as well, but the biggest thing about that, a whole lot of luck.
And the first half ends in a close one. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 1. Well, folks, stay tuned for the halftime show at Damon Bruce.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to the halftime report for this Thursday night.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
What a performance from Durant here. He's got 17 points, and he's hit 6 shots from the charity stripe, contributing to their offense.
Well, the NBA game is all about finding easy points, either layups or free throws. So those points could come in handy here today.
It's LeBron with the drive. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in. LeBron's got the first basket of the 3rd quarter for the Lakers. Irving dishes to Durant. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put out.
I'm looking over there at Steve. He's enjoying every second of it.
Yeah, me too.
Man, this has been great, guys. And the fans getting their money's worth here. Both teams just playing so hard out there.
The Lakers trail. Caldwell Pope kicks to LeBron. And again, it's the Lakers. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight, and they let it fly from downtown. LeBron against Irving. The dish to Allen. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against the Lakers.
Well, for the Lakers last season, it seemed there was so much turmoil throughout the year. Injuries, coaching-wise, changes in the offense. And they never were able to really gain any momentum. They made a decent run at the end of the season, but that didn't carry over into the postseason when they were swept by the Lakers in the first round.
I think going back to D'Antoni and the Lakers, that Howard and Gasol were made more than a little disgruntled with how Clark he made use or didn't make use of them offensively.
You know, the Lakers brought in D'Antoni to try to emphasize Steve Nash and his role in the offense, but I think they neglected how that would affect the 7-footers. Didn't do a really good job of incorporating those guys, and when you've got Kobe getting his shots, that's a tough dynamic to work with.
Right around a minute and a half. Played here in the third quarter. Can't get it to go. So the Lakers will take it the other way. The drive by LeBron. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
The fans don't like that call one bit.
Well, the officials got an earful as a result.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. And stolen by LeBron. 3 on 3.
What a throwdown there, man.
And he slams it one-handed. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe a question mark, Mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
And with such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And the Lakers making a change here. Russo's checked in. It's LeBron with the drive. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
Down the breakaway slam.
Terrible transition defense there.
I think it would have been pointless, Steve. There was no way anybody was beating him to the basket there.
Irving passes to Durant. Puts the lead pass in front of him. By goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Markieff Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. Dudley comes in for Daniel Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for LeBron. Inside, here's Morris. Right through the D for the layup. Morris has got his second bucket tonight.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they're just giving them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter. Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Lakers leading by 6. Russo, the pass to Rondo. Now the feed to Davis. From 7, there's another one for the Lakers.
Well, their plan of attack has been pretty clear to see. You get the ball inside and just take it strong to the hoop, be dominant in the lane.
Well, the defense has been very slow to adjust. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Outside Rondo. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
LeBron's checked in for the Lakers.
Yo, get on Durant.
They set the pick. And Durant, here we go. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
They've been the aggressors, and they've been tougher in the paint all game.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on them.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo.
Now, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead. Doing the dirty work down low.
Yeah, and Clark, you know, rebounding's a team effort. Everybody's boxing out. Everyone is accountable. They're doing a nice job collectively.
Dudley's shot is good. And the Lakers lead by 11.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off. Put the defense all over it.
Johnson dishes to Allen. Rebounded by the Lakers. Davis has got 8 rebounds in this game. Feeds it to Dudley. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Kevin Durant. Los Angeles shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And some changes here for the Lakers. Green comes in for Markieff Morris. And it's Caldwell Pope in for LaRusso. And the second free throw, good. Nets trail by 12. Outside Durant. Johnson outside. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Johnson has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Lakers leading by 9. LeBron kicks to Dudley. Here's Davis. Feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Davis has got 12 in the game.
Boy, what a half from the field they're having. They're going to extend that lead if they stay this high.
Now they've taken it up another notch, Clark, looking very confident out there.
And Durant gets it to go.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
That's tipped. Stolen by Durant. Temple the pass to Durant. Great D that time from Green.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
LeBron kicks to Green. LeBron. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go from 14. Johnson inside. The shot is off. Great D that time from Green. Here's LeBron. Great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. Now here's Rondo. Stolen by
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
and Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
McGee, and the layup is good.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
He kicks it to Harris. Back to Durant. He dishes it to Harris. Oh, good on 3. LeBron, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Lakers leading by 9. Morris dishes to LeBron. He passes to Rondo, and he lobs it up at the rim. And it's McGee with the jam.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
I would call it an irate finish here.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Take a look at what Irving's done. He's got 10 points, and he's hit 6 shots from the charity stripe, contributing to their offense.
Well, the NBA game is all about finding easy points, either layups or free throws. So those points could come in handy here today.
Anthony Davis is checked in for the Lakers. Caldwell Pope comes in for Rajon Rondo. Caldwell Pope passes it to Davis. Dishes it to LeBron. Back to Davis.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to listen in on what the Nets coach was going over with his team. He was not at all satisfied with their effort level, saying, we're losing the hustle plays and all the 50-50 balls. We simply can't win that way. We've got to get after it. Let's see how they respond, Kevin.
Irving attacking Brooks. Durant, guarded by Green. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And the Nets making a change here. Lakers leading by 11. LeBron kicks to Green. Always going up for the end. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They've really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
Harris outside. Pass to Allen. Rebound the Lakers. LeBron's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Boy, they've really dominated. Of course, they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, you know rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Durant's checked in. That's good from Caldwell Pope.
This is a positive trend for him, especially here in the second half. Shooting just above 80% right now. That's more than respectable. That's good free throw shooting.
Durant dishes to Irving. Basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
The Lakers have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the 4th quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. Los Angeles calls timeout. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And Davis backs down. That's good. Davis has got 10 points here in the second half.
And I'll say this about him, Kevin. I mean, it looks like he's made of rubber sometimes because defenders just bounce off him when he's driving the lane. What a finisher.
And he is also a tireless worker under the glass, Steve. More than a few guys have been on the receiving end of one of his elbows when the rebound is up for grabs. He uses his body very well.
Shot clock at 5. Harris kicks to Durant. That's hauled in by LeBron. LeBron's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Caldwell Pope, guarded by Harris. No good from Caldwell Pope.
He's far too tentative in the paint. And even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
He just picked up his 4th personal foul, and now he's got some foul trouble hanging over his head, guys.
That's good from Durant. Durant hits them both.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Here's LeBron. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Davis drives in. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, how about Anthony Davis in this one? 8 rebounds and a decent little assist total for him, too.
Yeah, he's played really well, moving the ball around, and you'd like to see the rest of the team kind of get into that same passing groove that he's in.
You know, you've got to like the fact that they're getting to the line, and on top of that, they're making their free throws in this half. That bodes well going forward.
Irving against LeBron. Irving. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
Hall's checked in for Allen. And he can't hit the second.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Davis with a screen on Irving. The drive by LeBron. Here's McGee. Durant with the block. Here's Caldwell Pope. And the 3 off target.
Well, I guess they can get them when they need them. That's a good job of getting to the miss.
Here's the pass to Irving. And it's off from three-point range.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Durant kicks to Irving. Green with the block. LeBron outside. He lobbed up the alley-oop pass. And the slam dunk by McGee.
They are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
It's stolen by Davis. Caldwell Pope passes it to LeBron. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his third foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Lakers. .59 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Morris. Knocks it down from 7 feet.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
Durant for three. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Very little success for him behind the arc today. Just one three-pointer in the first half and still none in the second.
Rondo is doubled. Hunter Smith. Wide open. Brooklyn with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have made. And I think this is going to be too much to overcome. Clark, what do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
Free throw drops for Rondo. The Nets making a switch here. And so he's able to get one of two. Outside Irving. Again, Irving missing. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That will get him his fourth foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for two. And the first one at the line is good. And so LaRusso nails them both. Shoots the three. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here.